Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Midweek Minutes. You know, we're fresh off of the heels of Thanksgiving, and we had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And, you know, we're thankful for so many things, as I'm sure many of you are, for our families, for God's grace, for our jobs, for our house, for all the provisions that our God so graciously divides. Now, how many of us can say, though, that we are thankful for the thorns? Well, the Apostle Paul said that in 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verses 7 and 10. So let me read it for you. The Apostle Paul says, "Even though I have received such wonderful revelations from God, so to keep me from becoming proud, I was given a thorn in my flesh, a messenger from Satan to torment me and keep me from becoming proud. 3 different times I begged the Lord to take it away. Each time he said, 'My grace is all you need. My power works best in weakness.' So now I am glad to boast about my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ can work through me. That's why I take pleasure in my weaknesses and in the insults, hardships, persecutions, and troubles that I suffer for Christ. For when I am weak, then I am strong." Thankful for the thorns. You know, the Apostle Paul was describing a vision that he had, all in the effort to defend his authority and to really stake his claim as a true apostle of Christ. Because during this time, there were many false teachers and a sect of people that were trying to discredit him. And as he was describing this vision, he almost backed away and said, "You know what? I don't want to boast about this. I'd rather boast in my weakness." He's in a sense saying that I am so glad for my weaknesses because they cause me to draw closer to God. They keep me from becoming proud. So that's what it means to be thankful for the thorns. You know, we had a point on Sunday that said the thorns in our lives help to show us our need for God's wonder-working power. We all need God's power in our lives. And it's the thorns that humble us, because we know that God resists the proud. So when we start feeling proud and elevated and think that, you know, we are good and righteous and have all of this self-righteousness and ability, God resists that, and it hinders our ability to have free, open relationship where God is honored and our hearts are open and receptive to give him the glory no matter what we're doing. You know, I was here trimming these pom-poms, and if you can see, look closely, there are some killer thorns on this baby. And ever since I got the business end of one of these a couple of times, I've started to do my landscaping and gardening with gloves on. You see, the thorns have protected me by making me remember to put on my gloves. And when we have the thorns in our lives, they protect us from becoming prideful, boastful, and thinking that we can do things in our own strength, because we can only do all things through Christ who gives us strength. So I encourage you, embrace the thorns in our lives. Change your attitude to realize that they're working our good if we allow them to humble us and create a greater dependence on Jesus for our strength. Thank you for joining me for another edition of Midweek Minutes. I hope to see you again next week. Goodbye for now. Much love.